Aha! Welcome everyone! Welcome to Drakenmemoria. For those of you wondering what this is, well, it's Dungeons & Dragons. I know it doesn't look like it right now, there's a few interesting things going on the screen, but I promise, it's Dungeons & Dragons, and more specifically, it's a group of people playing Dungeons & Dragons. Because, you know, there are a variety of things relating to Dungeons & Dragons. But if Dungeons & Dragons isn't your thing for tonight, well, there are suggestions on the right and the left, depending on where you're watching this. And you can go watch something else, because we're not changing our schedule. But for everyone else who actually wants to be there, who is there because one of their friends said it was fun, because you've actually watched an episode before and you thought it was fun, or just because you're in need of Dungeons & Dragons and this is the first thing that you found. No matter the case, we're very glad that you're here. It's a pleasure to have you with us, and we hope you're going to enjoy the show tonight. And so, yeah, I think that's everything I have to say. We're still not a big channel, so we don't have any sponsors, we don't have any commercials to do, we don't have any prize to give other than our lovely personalities. But hey, preemptive thanks to County Calling, who's probably going to raid us later on. And maybe we're going to get a second raid also. Last time we got a second raid from the Cantrip cast, I believe. So if any of you are watching from there, welcome. It's a pleasure to have you with us. If not, well, welcome when you're going to be there. And for the crackling fire sound, it is Ambient Mixer. It's a website. All of these, Chaotic Calling and Ambient Mixer, you can find all of the information in the space below the window. So if it's on YouTube, it's in the description. If you're watching this on Twitch, it's in one of the panels. I promise I'm going to try and make it more appealing to look at the panels in the future. I am currently trying to find interesting art for warnings and stuff when we get new followers and maybe even subscribers. So that'll be fun. Trying to look for interesting artists. Then that's about it. That's everything I had to say. So, and one day we'll also have an introduction. So right after I say this, imagine the introduction. Person watching us from the future wondering why we haven't done the introduction in the first 100 episodes.
Last time on.
Yeah. One day we're even going to be able to hire someone to say this. It's always going to be the same voice, and it's going to be a really good voice, and you're going to love hearing the recap. But for now, you have to be satisfied with me. No one's writing anything. Alright, well, it doesn't look like I satisfy anyone. Alright, let's keep going.
Sorry.
That's alright. I was laughing at myself. I don't mind that you're laughing at me also. So, last episode. The party did its best to enter the city. As soon as they entered, they immediately found a little bit of trouble, but they managed to get out of it, with Tobiyashi being the star of this fight by having the fight look like a Charlie Chaplin sketch. But with Remy working in the background, making sure... Oh, no. It wasn't that big of a fight. Come on. There we go. With Remy in the background actually doing the killing. But once that was done, everyone got out of the stairs, they made their plans, and entered the city. They had to use skill and a lot of luck. But step by step, hours by hours, they managed to make their way into this fascinating city, dwarven-made city, a real example of everything that is amazing about what the dwarves can do. as the more they got in, the more they got to see this huge city. Aha! We have someone eating! Finally! Thank you. It's important. We always have to have someone.
Going.
Yeah. One day it's going to be me. Don't worry. But it's probably going to be something like pizza or... oh yeah, I was saying. So they were moving through this city, and the incredible skills of the dwarves was easy to see. The entire center of the city was built inside a natural geode, at least a mile wide geode. Most of the minerals, most of the crystal had been mined out, but the roof of this geode was still covered in crystals. And there were hints that this was used as a light source at one point. Light was probably turned on magically, and it would spread throughout the crystal, the crystalline lattice on the not lettuce. I know, sorry, the crystalline lattice on the ceiling, and it lit up the entire geode. All the while, the group was making its way inside of this city, seeing the intricate and also skilled crafting of the dwarves in tall buildings, tall towers with bridges connecting all of them in different ways. They made their way as best they could. They managed to avoid gargoyle patrols. They managed to avoid some humanoid patrols. But unfortunately, Tobiyashi didn't manage to avoid all of them. But with a little bit of luck and good rolls, he managed to convince them that everything was alright. But fortunately, their luck didn't hold, as while they were making the last few stretches, the last few blocks before reaching the center of the city, where there was this temple right next to a huge keep, they were seen by gargoyles. And so they ran, they did their best to reach the temple, and we ended last episode with the party reaching the outside courtyard of the temple. A long 100-foot wide and long courtyard with a group of stone pillars on each side. A round door staring at them from the other side. And on top of the columns and on top of the sides of the temples, an army of gargoyles. At least 30 of them watching where the party was entering. Now, the things with gargoyles is that you never know which one are actual statues and which one are monsters. But since they know that they were spotted, at least 2 of them are monsters. They just don't know which one. So, this is where we left off. You've all just arrived at this outer courtyard of this incredibly large temple. You are 100 feet away from this large round door. And 100 feet away, let's see. You'd be able to see what the door looked like. This door is round. And there's no owl inside. There's an eerie silence. Let's go back to the eerie silence. You have this large round door in front of you, and you can discern from where you are, there are several dials with writing on them. You're just a little too far away because it's not the most brightly lit place. It's residual light from magical source that's uncertain, reflecting off the crystal up above. So, Jorg, audience, Tobiyashi, and Remy, what are you all doing?
Shit.
I don't recommend doing that right now.
Although it is an option, but
I turned to Toby and I'd be like, you think the thing you figured out might be the code for the door?
It might be, but for 4, it says we have to wait like 3 days or something like that. Let me see.
That's it. What
Let
does
me
it
look through the
say?
book really quick. It says 4 of 4, 3 of 2. 3 is 4 minutes. 4 minus 2, and 3 need to go on for a day.
well,
So-
Remy, you'd have a problem with that because he said it out loud, and you have a better memory than him. The last one, the last one is a bit weird. It's you don't remember it the same way. The last one is, and one needs to go on for a day.
Oh, a day. Wow.
Maybe
Let me
just
look through my
opens his
book real
beak and maybe even repeats in his own voice him saying it correctly 5 hours ago.
quick. Oh, sorry. I'm just a little stressed out from having to talk to those guards earlier.
Alright. I'll turn to Jorg. And then the cultist before said we didn't want to go into the temple, right? Because we'd be part of, or that's how, where people are going to be sacrificed.
Yeah. Yeah, he said everyone in there is going to have a bad day. Or
But
something to that effect.
I assume we also have to enter the temple, unless you can see another option to stopping sacrifice outside the temple.
Not that I know of.
Well,
I have another thing
But-
to think about.
Oh,
Keep going.
the guards were talking about when I was on watch. There were some guards talking about how annoyed their god would be if people interrupted the temple, the ritual. So
Alright.
there must be a way to disrupt it from inside.
okay. Well, sounds like our first goal then is to get inside the temple.
I have an
Which-
idea to get there.
Alright.
If you guys would like to listen, I've thought up of something. So, as you can see, me and Jorg are wearing cultist robes, right? Maybe we could act like we're taking you in, but we don't know how the gargoyles get their information. That's my main problem with it.
Yeah. Are the gargoyles even working with them, or are they just kind of wildlife down here?
Because you succeeded, I don't know, who was it that succeeded the very good role for the gargoyle? I want to say Remy, but that's...
I think it was Remy.
So to...
Just assume it's always Remy.
Rogues, they're only good for one thing: good rolls.
I resent that. I mean, it's true for Raimi right now, but they do other things.
Did you see how many skills they get to have in their entire career? That's insane. All right, so as best you know, gargoyles aren't inherently under the orders of someone, but they will easily latch on to power and wait there. And they will even tolerate a level of abuse for centuries at a time. But if it gets out of hand, if they feel like it's no longer in their advantage, they have no true loyalties.
I see.
Well, now I want to know how Remy's going to communicate that with everyone.
Yeah.
Uh,
Take snippets from all of our voices from the past. Send no.
a cat will definitely bite the hand that feeds it.
Audience, you hear your cat say, I resent that.
So does that mean? Wait, but isn't that the opposite of what you just said? Like they'll take the feeding and a little bit of beating and not bite, or they'll do a little bit of both.
Owenak would have gotten it, but he's not there. So I can't say a thing.
Isn't there more to that? Like curiosity killed the cat. There's like more to that saying than there actually is.
I will just say there's a reason why cat was used instead of the normal dog. Anyway.
Audience is gonna be like, all right, well, either way, even if the gargoyles are with the cultists or not with the cultists, we're gonna assume, but we're not gonna really. We have to try to get in anyway. So hopefully they won't attack us.
Thinking that we're them.
Yeah, we're not gonna either. They're not gonna attack us, or they are gonna attack us. We may not know why exactly they're attacking us, whether it's just them wanting to attack us or being cultists. But at least worth, I think, trying the cultist thing, since there's no reason not to.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I'll take off some of my wrapping, and I'm gonna ask politely for audience to put his hands behind his back so I could tie them around very loosely so he could just break out of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
I will do that, and then I'll say, will we get close enough to the temple? I'm also going to cast Divine Favor and try to figure out how many of these are actually gargoyles and not just stone creatures.
Yeah.
Alrighty, sounds good.
I'll.
Remy, will you allow it too?
Yeah.
Are gargoyles fiends, by the way?
They're not fiends, but Remy would be able to tell you that they are inherently evil.
Well, yes. Okay. It just fiends gives me even slightly more information through Divine Favor. But,
No, they're elementals.
Okay. But I will still be able to. Yeah. Okay. I'll still be able to.
But yeah, I asked Remy, I'm like, will you allow me to tie you up? It's loosely. You could break out of it any time.
Bondage.
Yeah. What are we to do with Audience's cat? Whose name I am blanking on.
My cat can literally dash from here to the door in one turn. My cat can just chill here.
Okay.
Cool. Sounds good. But what about once we get in, assuming we don't get attacked by gargoyles?
My cat can stay outside and just watch and tell us maybe if the temple starts lighting up a weird color, and perhaps that would be a good time to maybe not be in the temple.
Shaking, tremors, different things like that.
With the standard awakenings of godhoods.
Oh yeah.
It's covered in chapter 5 of What is a God.
I've witnessed at least a couple.
What
of
is a
those.
god? How to become? How to kill?
Yeah.
And everything in between.
So yeah, does Remy allow it? Yeah.
For your own good.
Like Rady is just kind of like giving Tobiyashi kind of like a very weird look, as though you have just phrased a question that feels like it has a silly answer.
I'll just be like, okay. I go to do it, and then I'll say, we'll be behind them and they walk in front of us, or should we have it me in front of them, you behind them, like in between us?
Ooh. That might be a good way to do it.
All right. So we set up like that, and then we attempt to go through the gate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we attempt to reach the gate first.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I thought we were at the front of it. Yeah, so yeah, we
So-
reach the gate and then we attempt to go through it.
And
Or
so, and so Raimi and audience are united through bondage.
You hear Remy muttering the ceremony to get two people wedded while the bondage holds.
All right.
Hey, you're after all going to a dwarven temple, you know, if you know the dwarven ceremony. There's probably a
Yeah, there
god
must be a
watching you right
dwarf in
now.
there to officiate it.
Alright, so you nervously start to make your way toward the door. And you only have time to make maybe 5 or 10 feet before you start hearing, and you hear bits of stone just going.
Oh.
You hear a wing flutter.
How many gargoyles? I guess.
So are you using
You can see in
your,
the dark.
are you using your divine sense right now, or
Am I within range? I guess it's 120 feet, so yeah, I am within range.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll use I'll use one of my divine senses.
It's either gargoyles or Batman.
Oh no, it's 60 feet. Are we within 60 feet yet?
Not right now. You are maybe 90 feet
10
away
feet,
from
so,
the door. There are a few columns to the left and right. Hold on, let me see.
No, I'm gonna wait then. I'm just gonna use my eyes.
I'm going to yell at them. I wanna say. Actually, I don't. Does anyone know what language they speak?
No,
Me.
All right. Well,
I assume it's elemental though. If they're elementals,
I don't know elemental.
well,
Say halt.
Anyone know?
I can confidently say that in the entire game, there is not a single creature that knows the language elemental.
yeah, I don't know. It's like what, primordial or something?
Primordial is sort of the root language of all elemental creatures, but there are 4 distinct dialects, each one for the 4 elements. Elementals. Remy knows
They
one.
probably understand primordial.
Yeah. But, well, usually someone that understands primordial will understand the 4 dialect, but someone that understands one dialect won't necessarily understand primordial.
Okay.
Well, I'll still try. We're not trying to stealth. We're not trying to be sneaky anymore. We're
No,
confident.
you're
just
walking
walking.
us. You're walking
Yeah.
us in bonds.
So-
I'm also
We're leading
telling
them.
my cat to tell me how many gargoyles are coming off the roof, so it knows. So I can keep my head down like a prisoner.
Since he's by the gate. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah,
Where is your cat exactly right now?
100 feet away from
Okay.
the temple.
I'm secretly hoping we get Bronx.
All right, make a perception roll for Magna.
Key. Perception. Roll. There we go. Well, I rolled 2 nat 20s.
Well,
Wait, 2?
Because he gets advantage of perception. It'd be actually 20, it'd be 25, but I rolled 2 of them.
Oh,
Why? Because I had advantage.
crap.
So I just wasted, like, all my nat 20s on that.
oh man,
Because I just rolled 2 of them.
well, all I can say is we all remember what happened in 2020. So
Everybody got stoned.
Magna literally sees all. His eyes are
Sees
blessed.
all.
You rolled 2.
well,
two nat 20s.
definitely. So, what would be the grand total of this?
It'd just be 25, because technically only
25.
one of the 20s counts. It's just funny that both of them were
25,
20s.
you can usually see practically anything that's not magically hidden with a 25. However, gargoyles are impossible to discern if they're not moving. But what Magna sends you is that right now she can see 3 gargoyles flying in circle very high above you.
Alright. I will tell the group that. I'll just keep my head down, kind of mutter. 3 gargoyles. They're circling high above. I don't think they're necessarily suspicious yet. Just keep walking, act natural.
Okay, yeah, then I won't yell yet.
If I say if we get to like 60, like I'm kind of like whispering it to the back. I'm like, I say if we get to like, I don't know, like 40 feet, we just book it to the door.
I don't.
If they end up attacking.
I think we should at least, because probably my guess, I was gonna mind this. My guess is they might attack if we get like the code wrong on the door or something, because then we'd obviously not be cultists. So I think as long as they don't attack until we get to the door,
All right,
we should
let's
at
keep
least
going.
get one attempt at the door before they attack us.
All right, let's go.
Alright. So, you keep on moving forward. You keep on...
Tell me when we reach 60 feet.
60 feet in front of the door? Okay.
Or like, actually probably around 30, so I can get like pretty much the whole temple. 30 or 40.
The temple beyond the door, you won't be able to see. Even
No,
if...
I know not
Okay.
beyond the door, but like I mean more of the like most of the roof. It's weird because then I
Okay.
can get like 30
Okay.
feet.
So, you slowly make your way toward this place, and Tobiyashi, more obviously than other, a bit nervous, but still moving forward, and you keep hearing those sounds. You keep hearing stone just falling, and get the feeling that, all right, some are moving from the borders of the temple. And
Yeah, I'll tell Magna to just keep us updated from the back.
Magnus, at one point, you're maybe 70 feet away from the door, and Magna warns you that 2 of the gargoyles on the pillars on each of your sides have moved their head. It was a subtle movement, but 2 of them have just moved.
Okay. I'll be like 2 more on each pillars are watching us. So we know there are at least 5 in total right now.
So you keep on going forward, and you reach 50 feet in front of the temple. And then Magna warns you that 1 on the temple has just taken flight.
Are the ones circling getting any lower, or are they keeping their distance?
Right now, they're keeping their distance. Their flight pattern is wide, but it feels like they're doing that so they can either see more or attack from multiple vectors.
Alright. I'll just be like, there's 6 now. 1 more in the temple just woke.
You keep on moving, and you arrive 30 feet away from the door.
Alright, and I will use a divine sense to try and sense how many of these are actually gargoyles.
From where you are, those that were on the pillars to the side are a bit out of reach, so you don't get all of them, but you do get those who are standing right above your head and to the sides, and you get the feeling from what you just did that 1 out of 2 gargoyles are actually gargoyles.
Alright. I'll tell the group, I'll be like, I can at least get that at least half of them seem to not be statues, so I'd say around 15 in total. 6 have already taken flight, so about a little under half, but about 15 of them are actual gargoyles.
Oh my.
Okay.
Just don't act suspicious. They're fine. They don't suspect us yet. Magnus told me they're still keeping their distance.
From what you know, Remy, you're confident that you would probably be able to win a duel against a gargoyle 1-on-1. 2 would probably would need the entire group. 3 would use most likely a few healing resources. 4 would start being a challenging fight.
15 will die. Good to know. Okay.
Alright.
We got it.
Instead of rocks fall, you all die. It's gargoyles fall, you all die. Alright.
So,
We keep
I mean, it'd
going.
be better if they fell, because then they take falling damage before the start.
Yeah.
We'll get at least an attempt at the code before they figure it out, so hopefully.
after
Start using your brains on what it means, guys.
after 30 more seconds of just slowly creeping toward the gates, watching all around you, and so far only 6 have moved. But audience know that there's a potential of 15 in total. When you arrive to the door, you see this large circular door, and there are 4 dials on it, and the center looks like a button that is slightly I keep forgetting which one it is. Concave. But you definitely have to place your hand at the center of it. Each of the dial around it makes a circle that is just a little bit larger. And audience is the only one who can actually read what's written on each of these dial. Each of these dial are separated in 12. And you can easily read the 12 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to 12s, making a full circle.
Okay, so there are 4. Wait, okay, so there are 12 circles and 4.
There are 4 circles, each one separated in 12 segments.
Okay.
And they go from largest to smallest.
I will tell the party about what I read and how each one is marked with the number 1 through 12.
Largest to smallest, which way? Like clockwise or counterclockwise?
No, it's 1 ring of 12 mark, 1 ring of 12 mark,
Oh,
1
okay.
ring of 12
inside
marks.
each other.
Okay. Yeah.
And the numbers are evenly spaced.
Okay. What have we got so far? 4 of 4 and 3 of 2. 3 is 4 minus 2. And 1 needs... I still don't have that one right, but...
So, Remy repeats it exactly as Tobiashi read it. 4 of 4 and 3 of 2. 3 is 4 minus 2, and 1 needs to go on for a day.
So can we turn them? Are they like dials?
You have to try it.
Yeah.
But if we try it, I assume the gargoyles are going to start getting suspicious, so we should probably look at it for a couple seconds before we fuck this up.
Yeah.
Because I don't think the girls will get that suspicious if we just stare at it for a second, because they'll probably, they'll be like, all right, the cultists are just...
Raimi would like to more closely inspect the door to see if there are any other markings or details that aren't necessarily jumping out at a moment's glance.
Make a perception roll.
Where did I die? There you are. Which one are you? Okay. So that's going to be 22.
Okay. It takes a moment. You closely look to each side, and you see a lot more writing in Dwarvish. But it's a Dwarven temple, and the most prominent temple inside of the city. On one side, it just feels like regular writing, but you're familiar enough with the way that things are written that when you look on the other side, the right side, it's not the same thing that's written. And usually when people create something, they like symmetry. So each of these sides aren't saying the same thing. One of them looks carved in a way that draws attention a little bit more. This is something that usually happens when you are trying to draw someone's attention on one side. In many cultures, it's called a warning.
Right, so Raimi will kind of so you said that there are two one on each side, but one looks like it's a bit more written more noticeably. Okay. So Raimi will point out on both sides the writing, but kind of has to like look up at audience because he can't read Dwarvish. And can't take the time to understand Dwarvish because that'll take 10 minutes.
And you'd have to show the gargoyle that you're not actually tied.
Yeah.
So audience, you see Remy pointing with his beak toward the sides of the door. I think you muted yourself.
Audience will look at him because he'll assume Remy probably spotted something he didn't. That seems usual.
So on one side, the left one, you can read an interesting prayer. One that speaks of how doing the right thing will give you good favors from the gods of the mountain. And when you read the other side, it says that if you do the wrong thing, you and the mountains will forever be united.
Okay. I'll basically mutter that to them. Basically, like, if we do good things, which it'll be, good things will happen to us, and if we do bad things, I assume we'll die. It's kind of just a warning. Is what I can tell. But I will read them exactly what it says, in case anything else could make any light of it.
So I assume it's not a morality thing, because otherwise the cultists wouldn't be here. So I think it's
So wait, is it saying that if we don't get this right, the mountain's gonna come tumbling down on top of us, or?
I just assume bad things will happen, basically.
Well, we could use that against the cultists, but it might be a suicide mission.
I don't think it's necessarily bad things happen to... I don't think it's on that large of a scale. I think it's bad things happen to people trying to open the door.
Yeah, probably. That would not be a very good defense mechanism to kill the citizens you're trying to protect.
Don't forget that the cultist did say there was that potential pitfall in front of the door too. I think he said something like that.
Probably what this was referring to.
All right.
There's
Okay.
a door that would drop sometimes people into it. Anyway, does anyone have any idea what to do? So there are 12 numbers. There are 12 numbers, and one goes on for a day, which means that I don't know. Let's say there are 24 hours in a day.
What it says? What's the whole thing? I want to write it down so I can look at it.
Remy opens his beak, and you hear 4 of 4 and 3 of 2. 3 is 4 minus 2, and 1 needs to go on for a day.
I just kind of look back at everyone. I'm like, I was never good at the puzzles that I studied at the monastery, so I have no idea.
And it's also
Yeah,
weird because it's the fourth time that you hear yourself speaking out of Remy's mouth.
Alright, well, I assume... So what I can make of it initially is that there are four rings, correct?
Four
Yes.
rings, and the center one looks
Yeah.
like one that can be pushed.
Yeah, there are four rings. So I assume that 4 is the fourth ring, 3 is the third ring, second is, so basically 4 of 4 is the fourth ring, 3 of 2 is the third ring, 3 is 4 minus, oh no, wait, no, 3 is 4 minus 2. That doesn't work.
Oh,
Maybe not.
All right.
What-
I do want one clarification. So these are 4 dials,
Yes.
like 4 circles,
yes.
and now are these 4 different circles,
they look.
or are they all within the same circle?
No, they're all within themselves. So there's a large circle with 12's indentations. Then there's one slightly smaller that's just inside of this one with 12's indentations, and then a third one, and then one, and then a big large button at the center.
Okay, so basically there are 4 outer rings and a button
Yeah.
in the very center.
Yeah.
Okay, I just needed to make sure that's what was happening there.
Think the Skyrim doors with one extra layer, and it's not just match all the symbols up.
yeah. What if
Mhm.
we So what if, like, the first one we rotate 16 because that's 4 of 4. The middle one we rotate 6 unit 6 because it's 3 of 2. The third one is, but then the 3 is 4
Which
minus.
way are we
2.
rotating, though?
That's also a good question. And then the middle one you'd rotate a full.
Raimi is going
24.
to point to the script on the left in response to the question.
Okay,
Oh, clockwise.
go to the
Because-
left.
Raimi is going to specifically look at audience when he
Oh, you put
points
that
at
in
the
the wrong
left script.
chat.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, you put that in with Andre.
Oh, wait. I'm sending it to you.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Andre can help us out if he wants. He was part of this.
Spiritually.
Well, if he wants
sure
to
I'm
help
called.
you, he needs to do it in chat.
Alright, so one go on per day. Oh, right. 4 of 4. So, like, the fourth ring, we'd rotate 4. 3 of 2. 3.
Third when we
But
do
then-
2, or
3 is 4 minus 2.
Audience, Magna warns you that 2 of the gargoyles are taking more interest in your groups. In your group.
Guys, I think we're starting to take a little bit long.
all right. So we just need to
during
do this
the
now.
novels.
Uh,
no, we
huh.
don't need to do it now. Don't rush it. They're gonna be more suspicious if we fuck it up. But like, I'm just saying we don't have all day. They're probably eventually gonna start getting fairly suspicious.
So 4 is 3 minus 2. So the second one we do
4, 4, and 3 of 2. 3 is 4.
4 minus 2.
1 needs to go on. So if 4, we rotate 4. 3, we rotate 2. Or 2, we rotate 3.
That's what I'm
3.
confused.
And then 3, we rotate 2 because it's 4 minus 2. And then the middle one, we rotate 24 and then push it, assuming they rotate. We haven't even tested if they rotate.
That would be one of your guys' jobs. We're prisoners. They're gonna get real
Oh, yeah.
suspicious if they start having the prisoners start pushing the buttons.
I'll leave that to George.
Raimi is going. Well, Raimi is going to very subtly use Mage Hand, and starting at the outer ring, try to push the ring to the right.
I'm going to put my hand on the ring, so it looks like I'm doing it. I'm gonna roll an insight for that.
Unless these gargoyles have perfect
Okay, never mind. I don't do
220
that.
vision,
Uh-huh.
they won't be able to see that slight of a movement.
All right, so hey, we got chaotic calling. Maybe you can help them.
Hey, help us!
So you use Mage Hand and you slightly move the quadrant, just enough to have the confirmation that yes, it does turn. And you get the feeling that the center is center around which it turns.
Do we?
And also, for the record, all of these dials, they seem to be starting at the same number.
Yes, they're currently
Okay.
all placed 1, 1, 1, 1.
4 of 4. I don't like this of. Why does it say of?
So, I
And 4 of
So I think it's
4. And
4
3 of 2. 3 is 4 because that one's different. 3 is 4 minus 2. And 1
Yeah.
needs to go on for the day.
I'm thinking that the second iteration, or like when it says 4 of 4, the second 4 is the dial number. So 3 of 2 would be the dial number, and then 3 is the first number, but that's the dial number, and then it's 4 minus 2, which is 2. That's my guess.
Okay.
I'm just.
I am down to go with your. I'm down to go with your guess because I have nothing better right now.
I don't
just go
either.
for it.
Just go for it. Full send it, man.
All right.
Okay, so what are we? So 4. Okay, so that's very clear. So what are we doing right now? So 4.
The fourth dial, which I'm assuming is the outermost one, I'm
I
going to
would
rotate
assume that as
4
well.
clicks clockwise. 4. I don't know.
Did we test
I don't
it
know
if
if
it
it clicks.
rotates? Did
Four
we
numbers.
test if we rotate it both ways?
Yeah,
first?
he tests. Oh no, not both ways.
Yeah, does it rotate both ways? I don't want to turn it all the way in case something goes wrong. I just want to like
Halfway turn it.
halfway turn it.
It does turn both ways.
Fuck.
Whoa. I'm gonna turn
Okay,
it
guys,
clockwise.
I'm just gonna say this. Raimi's going to repeat what audience said on the left scripture. So it's like, if you do things right.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Do things right, as in clockwise.
Turn it to the right.
At this point, while everyone's figuring that out, and I can't think of anything, I go through the book that I have now, and I'm just looking for the closest place to a sewer system where we could just jump into it.
Oh my god.
We're in front of a temple. There's no sewers.
What?
Underground.
Yo, the sewer system
It'd be very important to have
can
a
be
sewer
everywhere.
system. Yeah.
Sewers can be everywhere. Okay, fair enough.
Temples don't have bathrooms. I'm gonna start rotating the outermost one for
He
dashes.
starts.
All right, so while Tobiyashi is looking for the sewer system that goes under the temple, Jorg is trying to move the dials. So you start moving the first one, and it moves slowly. You have to push a little, but not enough to make a strength check. But it moves with a very rocky sound. You turn it 4 times.
All right. Then the third one I'm gonna turn 2 times.
Okay.
3 of 2.
And then the
3
second
times,
one,
you said? The
2.
2 times, okay.
Yep. The second one. So the one in the second from the middle
4 right, 2
is gonna be 3. Oh shit! What if you're right about that?
4 minus 2.
Yeah.
I think it would
4
be
minus
4.
2.
And
Yeah,
that's
I'm gonna
why
do
I would
that.
turn
I'll
both
turn
ways.
it all 4 and then go back 2 because I end up in the same spot. But maybe that matters. I like
and
that
one
idea.
needs to go on.
So yeah,
first.
I'm gonna go
Okay.
back to the second the dial number 3, which is the second to the largest one. Turn it 2 more to the right, and then turn it back 2 more, just in case. And then the second from the smallest, I'm gonna turn 3 times, and then the middle one 24 times.
All right.
I got very lost when you were saying of how many
Dude,
times
why-
each of these were
Why
turning.
did you word it that way? Because now actually I am confused about what you actually put.
I have no idea what you put in.
Okay, so the outermost one turns 4 times.
That one I got.
All right. Second one turns 4
Twice.
times, and then 2 times to the left.
No, that would be this.
No, yeah.
Yes.
No,
So
yeah.
that'd be 4 minus
Yeah,
2.
that's number 3, which
Yeah,
is the
okay.
second to the largest one.
Yeah. Okay.
Number 2, I turn 3 times to the right. And then the one in the middle, I'll turn 24 clicks.
And then push the button.
Or 2 full rotations. And then press it. But what if they left it unlocked? And all we had to do was press the button.
Well, then we just fucked up. But I don't think they did.
Yeah, probably not.
So you push the button at the center, and there's a small moment where you hear, and you see all of the dials going back to their initial position slowly,
Uh-huh.
one point after the other.
Ah.
And then too fast for you to be able to react to it, but not too fast for your body to make a Constitution saving throw. You all have to make one, as there is a puff of smoke that just and engulfs everything within 20 feet in front of the door.
Ooh. I got an 11. I was right there, too, so it was like right in my face, I assume.
Yeah, it was.
Well, I guess if I'm gonna get a natural 20 on anything, it might as well be whatever this is.
14.
I got 20 and 20, so that's very fair that I just rolled a natural one.
Me and him are like.
Yeah, I saw that.
Me
I
and him
kinda
are
saw
like right
that
in front of
coming
the
too.
door.
I kind of saw that coming too.
All right, so audience, natural 1. Tobiashi, 14.
Yep.
Jorg,
11.
11. Remy?
That was a natural 20 for a total of 23, I think.
So, you all take a moment of audience, Jorg, and Tobiashi. You have this moment of haziness that just lasts for a second, and you all have this feeling of stiffness in your body. It doesn't seem to be growing, but suddenly it just feels slightly uncomfortable moving.
They gave us this.
Are we being turned into stone?
That's what I was thinking.
Oh,
If we do that a
God.
couple more times, we might get kind of
Wait.
rock
You
hard.
said we'll become one with the mountain, so I don't doubt we're turning
Oh.
into stone.
Are there any
Yeah.
stone little statues around?
No, but there's 2 gargoyle that are going straight for your group right now. So
Oh, cool.
Did I?
We'll
While I
have
was
one of them
looking in the. Did I find the sewer system near us? Like the nearest one?
As you're looking at this,
Let's not.
you just
No, if we
started
have
to
to.
look, and you remember seeing that there was a sewer system. You're looking, and then as you're following this toward the temple, there's that puff of smoke that just, and you start feeling that stiffness, and you look up, and you look behind, and you see those 2 gargoyles just and flying right for your group.
Alright. I'm gonna break the bonds and assume that the gargoyles are no longer impressed with the fact that we are necessarily cultists, as they probably would assume cultists would not have put in the combo wrong.
Yeah,
The problem is I have literally no other guesses for the combo.
yeah.
Who the
That's all
hell
I
writes
had.
a
I have a
combos?
couple, but I can't test them right now.
We'll let you test them after the fight.
I mean,
I'm
I
gonna stand
mean, you
20 feet
can.
away.
You
I
just
mean,
break out of the
probably
cuffs.
we should be fighting. I don't know. Probably one of us should be doing combos as we fight, since I assume the gargoyles are to keep attacking us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we don't know.
I assume I should fight, and like, we should have one person doing combos.
A battle mat.
Yeah!
Woo!
I just sent all of you the battle map of this place. And so right now, Jorg was right in front of the door because he was the one that was doing this. I would assume
I'm
that
right there, too.
Audience and Remy, since they were... their hands were tied, are at the back, and we have Tobiyashi at the front. Tobiyashi, I'd say you could be anywhere between T11 or T12, but I'm just placing everyone in a group right now. Yes, this is the largest battle map I have ever made. Fortunately, it's really simple. So...
Yeah, we're all in front of a door being turned to stone while gargoyles attack us. It's very
Yeah.
simple. And none of us have any idea what the fuck to do with the door.
Remy, you could break out at any time, so you could just start trying it whenever you
Yeah,
want.
Remy, if you have ideas, go for it, because
Just jump on it.
I got nothing.
Yeah. And we'll.
Right, and this is where
I turn.
the
all four of
gargoyles
them?
are right
Four
now.
times.
I am actually also casting. I'm going to break free of my bonds, pull out my greatsword, and cast Divine Favor.
Oh,
Oh, if that's true, then I'm just gonna go like this and take off my hood,
Yeah.
since we're getting ready for battle.
I mean, no, don't take. I wouldn't say that's the day for here, because not all the gargoyles are attacking us, just a few are. So maybe not all of them noticed. We could still. I don't know. Maybe their gargoyles are just acting independently.
Maybe, I guess.
Maybe we
Is there-
taste. Maybe we
We keep
taste
the hoods
the-
on.
Maybe the stone spray like makes us more appealing to them.
That is true.
yeah, divine is divine. Alright, so what does divine favor do already? Divine
Every
favor.
time I hit, it's a 1d4. Yeah.
And it lasts 1 minute with concentration. Okay. Alright, well, initiative.
Alright.
Duh.
10.
Jorg got a nat 1.
An 8.
Alright, so audience 10, Jorg 1, 1 that gives what for you?
3 total.
3 total? Okay.
Yeah.
Tobiyashi, you said you got
An 8.
8, okay.
My cat got a 15 from the back, by the way.
15, alright, well, she is a bit of a,
Gonna rocket boost over there.
yeah, she's,
I mean, she can get there in a turn with a dash.
yeah, so she'll be there in a turn. And Remy?
So that'd be a soft 20.
You're gonna make everyone nervous with all of these 20s.
Maybe. No, wait.
And the enemies have. Let's. Okay. So, apparently, Remy, you go first.
Okay. Let's see. There was that. Just so basically, I had it clear from what Jorg tried first before I try anything else.
So he tried to go at 4 on the outermost dial. Then he went to the second dial from the center, and I believe you said you rolled 2. And then you went to the third dial from the center and did 4 and then removed 2. And the smallest dial to complete rotation.
And just a second question, like as he was turning especially the larger dial, did it seem like it was actually difficult turning that?
In terms of raw weight, yes, but that would be the extent of the added difficulty. The ring is just a lot bigger to move. That's it.
Okay, so it's not like super heavy as he was trying to do it.
No.
Okay. All right, then I'm going to play under the assumption that because like since my mage hand is out, that my action and bonus action would be making would be turning 2 of the dials.
Yeah.
More or less.
Right, I can give that. Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and try half of my next idea. So Raimi is going to before he tries this, like especially since this will take 2 rounds in order to do, Raimi is going to say to the others, "Get the fuck out of the way!"
So I'm pushing Jorg and Tobiashi slightly out of the way.
More in reference to just... I mean, I guess everyone can roll what he means by that, but...
He means don't stand in the way of the fog so we don't get turned to stone while he tries.
Wait, you mean get closer?
But if we do, we can use it as like cryo sleep and hope the garden comes afterwards.
Cryo
and gets us
sleep.
out.
Yeah, I think they'll just break the statues.
No, they'll recognize.
Not if they look
us.
like us.
No,
The
that's
hunter-
all the
hunter
enemies
call them.
around us before the.
We're
No,
just gonna be
they'll
like them.
they'll keep us as trophies.
Oh, good.
25,000
Okay.
years later, the party gets
Yeah, let's
unfrozen.
pick up this campaign 5,000 years later. With
I'm
some
sad
random
Tom's
like
pudding.
future civilization de-stones, like de-stones.
So, Remy.
The pudding of sorrow.
Fossilized people fan.
All right, so since this attempt is, yeah, I think I want to get this one out of the way. So Raimi, using his action, is going to have his mage hand. Shit. Actually, no. Now I have to ask. Like this dial relative to Raimi's body size.
Well, you won't be able to get up, but you can turn the lower portion of the dial. So there's something in range that you can turn, don't worry about it. It's just that you won't be able to place your hand on number 1 and turn number 1. But you can put your hand on number 3 and rotate the dial.
Alright, so then Raimi is going to... Yeah, okay, we'll just go with the one that's like close to what Avery had done. So he is like on the outer ring, going to go ahead and set that one to 4.
Okay.
I'll try the wild one later. Then on the second dial, he's going to and when I say second dial, I mean like 4 is the outer one, then 3, then 2.
Okay.
2, he's going to set that one to 3.
Okay. And so that is.
And that's all he can do for his turn between action and bonus action.
Okay.
It wouldn't take an action to turn all of them?
It takes a little bit of time. And actually, a turn only lasts 6 seconds, and he's using his action and bonus action to do this. So he's moving 2
And since my
dials
mage
in
hand was out to
6
begin
seconds.
with, and I can control the hand using an action or a bonus action, that's what I'm doing.
Uh-huh. All right.
Anyway, that ends Remy's turn.
It's not a grease mechanism. You have to put a little bit of effort into it.
When in doubt, you should just punch it. You should just punch it.
Well, that depends. Mythbuster said use lard. There's 2 versions of that. So next we have, well, apparently it's Magna. So Magna takes all of her turn.
Magna's gonna use dash, but she's not actually gonna move 100. She's gonna move like 70, so she's still 30 feet away or so from the door. I mean, how far did the smoke go?
The smoke covered an area of 20 feet. So
Ooh.
it's
Okay, so yeah, so she'll move 70 feet, so she's like 10 feet outside the smoke area.
okay.
And that'll be her turn.
So are you keeping out of range of the flying creature, or is she just sprinting right in the middle?
I mean, are the creatures on the ground yet?
Currently, they're gliding toward your position. Since they
Then, I mean, okay.
since
so
they
where's-
have flight,
How high up in the air, though?
maybe 10 feet away from the ground. So a large creature would be in range.
She'll move kind of to the side, so not directly in front of.
Okay.
Okay, wait, where's this map? It's right here. Okay, so she's gonna move to. We're
So
all
she
there.
would enter the map
Alright,
normally
5,
at
5, 10,
A10.
15, 20. Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to 30. So she's going to be on N. And she's going to be at N. She's going to move to about like N6.
Okay. And
Okay, she's going to move to N6.
I assume that means she turned so that she would be at least 10 feet away from them when she crossed them. Is that it?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, in that case, now it is...
Oh, wait, she was coming from A10?
Yes, that's where you all appeared.
Oh, no, okay, it would make more sense than for her to be at, like, N. She probably didn't move to, like, N, like, 15. Or, N, yeah, like, N, like, 15.
And 15.
So she would just run straight up.
Okay. Well, it's mostly the same thing. She would... If she enters
Just
at
on the
A10...
She would just go right and not left, because it's a little bit more simple.
Okay.
I don't know.
So she's the right type of person.
I mean, this thing is all telling us to go right, so I feel like right is the way to go.
Alright, so 14. We have the 2 gargoyles attacking. Alright, so one of them is going to turn and go toward Magna.
Good distraction, Kitty. That poor Kitty has already been torn apart by gargoyles.
Yeah.
That will be torn
Yeah.
apart again.
And the other one, well, audience, you're
Yeah,
the
we-
one that is the most, that is in front of everyone, so the other one goes for you. Alright, so the one attacking Magna. Attack with a unnatural 20.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
For a 5 hit points of piercing damage from the claw attack, and a second attack, again unnatural 20,
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
trying to bite her for a minimum damage of 3 piercing damage.
So she took 8.
Yep.
Okay, where's my... I need to open this for there it is. Okay. I always forget how much health my cat has.
And you hear from inside your mind, not again.
She is 26. Alright, so she's down to 18.
Alright. And now the other one is attacking you, audience. Good lord, for the love of... 17 and 16 for its 2 attack.
Both hit.
You dodge and you block with your protected arm. Ha ha!
Wait, both hit though. 17 and 16?
You took off your shield?
I said my greatsword I took out, so that'd be 16.
So it's 16. Oh, I thought it was 17. Sorry. Then in that case,
Well, even then it would still
there was
both
to
hit.
be 1. All right. Well, sorry. Thank you for reminding me.
Yes, no. I do not have my shield on right now.
So, ouch. The claw attack. You sort of had that moment of reflex where you're so used to fighting with your shield that you raised your hand as your arm as if you had a shield and sort of, oh no, shit! Ah! And that one really smarted. She bit through that and it gave you a 7 points of piercing damage for that one. The claw,
Okay.
she tried to ram it inside your gut for a 5 points of slashing damage.
Alright.
Alright.
All 4 of your attacks hit. That's unfortunate. Oh well.
Well, gargoyles have 2 attacks. So that was the creatures, and we go to audience.
I'm next?
Yeah.
Alright, well, audience will try and get revenge by attacking these creatures in front of him.
Go ahead.
Does an 18 hit?
Yes, it does.
Alright, 2d6. It's 5. It's gonna be... And plus my spell is... Nice. 1. Okay, so the first attack does 11 damage. It's kind of a shitty roll on damage.
Careful what you're saying.
Second.
Tobiashi's not gonna be happy. 11 points of
Alright,
damage. That's a
the
shitty
second-
roll.
The second hit's 22 to hit. That hits.
Yep.
Then the second attack's gonna be a... That's... That's gonna be 15 points of damage.
Okay.
So 11 and 15.
I believe your sword is magical.
It is.
Okay.
And that overall there were 3 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
That makes sense. And so overall it'll be 15 plus 11. So 15, 25, 26. So overall there were 26.
Okay. The gargoyle takes that. Barely reacting, just 2 strike and... Next one on the list is Tobiashi.
Well, I thought I rolled lower than... Oh, no, he rolled a nat 1.
He has 3.
Okay. I'm just gonna go in for an attack.
Go ahead.
Alright. I'll use my my mace ball thing. I don't... I might as well. Will it take an action for me to sprinkle the dust on him? Or can I just do it?
Hold on. I didn't send it to you, huh? Okay, sorry. I have it all written here.
I have not.
This okay. Fed. It's an action to feed it. If you have multiple attacks,
Christ.
it would be one attack.
Well, I don't.
Well, technically you do.
Yeah, I could use Fury of Blows, but
No, I mean monks normally get one attack, and if you take the attack action, you can use your bonus action to make a second attack. All monks can do that, always.
that's only. I would have to hit him with my fist, right?
Yeah. Yes. Well, or the ball. The important thing is that you use your action to attack. If you can have a staff,
So I would
a
attack
ball.
and then put it on him afterwards. But wouldn't it be gone before my next action, since it's only, or it lasts for a minute?
It lasts for a minute. That's why it's an action to give it to it. So all right. So apparently I didn't write it. That's unfortunate. So dust, the elemental dust. I didn't write if it's an action or a bonus action. But for the advantage that it does, that's why I say it's an action. Because a dust will give 1d4 of the appropriate elemental damage to a weapon for 1 minute.
Alright, so I'll attack and then I'll sprinkle it on it afterwards. I will attack. And I miss. 12?
Yes, it missed.
Yeah. So I miss, and I'm gonna, after I miss, I'll say, I'm gonna need your help a little bit here. And I take the dust out of a pouch and I sprinkle it into it.
All right. So
And that's the end of my turn.
essentially, you use the bonus action. All right, I'll write it down.
Yeah.
So I write it down so that it's a bonus action. There we go. Now it's official. It's a bonus action to use.
Okay.
All right. So he eats it. It takes a few moments. Your turn ends as it feeds on this, and you see the ball suddenly erupts in flame.
Okay. So it would be 1d4 plus another 1d4?
D6. A D6 elemental damage.
Oh. Okay. So 1d4 plus 1d6. That's it. Okay. All right.
As long as you're hitting with the ball. Don't
Yeah,
forget
with the
that
ball, yeah.
flurry of blows or attacking with your bonus action has to be unarmed strikes. So it's
Yeah.
your
I know.
action. Okay. All right. Well, that's it for you. So we go down to Jorg. Well, unless Tobiashi, you want to move?
From where I'm standing, I don't think I want to move. Well, can I move to the? I can move to the right, right?
Well,
So like behind the pillar, basically.
well, you had to move to try and attack it, so that's already 5.
okay.
That's already 10 feet. You've moved
So I'm like right next to it.
right now.
Wait,
yeah.
I could hit up to 10 feet though. I could be where I was at and hit, because I have length on it.
Yeah, that's right.
So without moving out of its attack of opportunity, because that's what would have happened, I'm gonna move to the right and take, I don't know how much percentage of cover, like half cover basically, behind the pillar.
Okay. All right. So that's where you move. Jorg.
Jorg is gonna. Maybe he should do the same thing.
So I say I'm at like T7 right now.
T7. Oh my goodness. That's the other side completely. Well, even by halving your movement, you have enough movement to get there.
Yeah.
Alright. Jorg.
Jorg wants to get also behind a pillar.
Well, you can't.
I think.
There's someone behind it.
Yeah.
That's my hiding.
So he's gonna have to go over to the T13. And then
I feel like this
he's
is,
gonna
is
use
a chess move.
Sacred Flame on the one next to audience,
Okay.
which is a Dex save DC 15.
It does not make that save.
Ooh, so it takes the full 12 radiant damage.
Damn.
Don't worry, Tobiyashi. Because you multi-classed, it's gonna take you just a little bit more time to reach that more interesting damage, but you're gonna have more options down the evolution of it. 30. Okay.
And yeah,
That is, of course, Tobiyashi that we survived far enough down the line to
I'm
get you to those options.
the going gets tough. Toby's gonna run. I'm sorry.
What, you mean Tobiyashi is not actually neutral good? He's closer to true neutral? What a shock! Well, actually, Jorg, you aim, you fire that bolt, and you notice damage on the body of the gargoyle.
Ooh.
It is considered injured. Bit
Cool.
of a patch of rock on the shoulder, just.
Nice. Cool. Jorg's gonna say the radiant damage seemed pretty effective.
I would say that he went neutral on the island when he was trying to survive for himself.
Well, that was a traumatizing event. I would allow a alignment change with something that is as traumatizing as being hunted 24/7.
Yeah.
And then being healed and put back into the fray. And
It's like dogfights. Jeez.
all right, Jorg, anything else?
Nope.
Nope.
He's
Okay.
gonna hang out right there.
In that case, we go back to the top of the initiative with Remy.
Alright, so before I do this next thing, did that smog come out when you said 20 feet in a 20-foot radius from the
Or
doorway?
in front.
Or 20 feet in front of the doorway?
It looked like it came from the lower section of the door, but it was blown in a 20-foot cube in front of it.
Okay. So then...
So right now,
right.
it would mean that, judging from the battle map, you, audience, and one gargoyle would be engulfed in that cloud.
That's what I was afraid of for audience.
More powerful.
Safe!
But anyways, Raimi is going to let's see. What? Yeah, Raimi will move to that would be
From what you
I'll take
I'm just gonna add this. From what you saw, it's not immediate. You finish turning the dial, and if they went back to their position because you made a mistake, or if they always go back, you know that you're gonna get enough time to move away within the combat round.
I mean, it kind of doesn't really matter for Raimi because I can control the mage hand from 30 feet away. But I guess I'll go with that just to. All right, so I'll just go ahead and make the 2 attempts and then move, or the 2 things then move. So, I guess how I'm going to try this differently from what Jork tried is for the 3rd dial. This is kind of a weird interpretation of dwarves, but because like I don't know if it actually makes a difference. But Rainy for the 3rd dial will initially move it to 4, but then he will move it to 1.
Okay.
And then for his bonus action, he will then do the 2 rotations for the absolute center dial.
Okay.
Right. Then press the button, and he will move to Q14.
Okay. So. Well, that's the beginning of the round, so you're gonna see this do all of its thing. Well, let's do the initiative for the door. So technically, well, there's a mechanism in the door, so let's do the door, meaning that it's gonna happen on its turn.
Probably rolled higher than Jorg.
It better roll higher than Jorg.
So the door will react on this initiative. All right, so you touch it, you move away rapidly, because in combat everything happens more rapidly. So you move away rapidly, and you see it slowly going back to its point. You don't know yet if it's gonna work or not. It rolled significantly lower, so you get the feeling that from the way that it's rolling, it's probably gonna roll somewhere below 10 initiative. Alright, so we get Magna.
You're muted.
Magna's gonna hit the gargoyle.
Go ahead.
With a solid +4. Magna's gonna miss.
Okay.
And then Magma's gonna dash away 50 feet.
Alright, well, it's gonna try to take a
I know.
reaction attack.
Magma's gonna move to...
Magna's traumatized.
Magma's also just gonna kind of... Magna, where was Magna?
Magna
Here.
currently is at N15.
Magna's gonna go to 55, 10, 20, 25, 30.
What is that?
Magna's gonna move down to D4.
B4?
Wait, that was a monster I drove from. Magna's gonna move over to D, I think that was 5 or 6 then.
B5. Okay. Moving away again?
See the guard goes after him or goes back to the party.
Okay, well, in that case, it has to decide. Is it going... How smart? It's not... Gargoyle aren't that smart. So we're gonna go with... Unfortunately, they rolled a 1, so it's gonna move off of Magna and attack Raimi. Remy, you finish your movement going away from the door, and you turn, look behind, and you see this gargoyle gliding down toward you. But fortunately, you saw it right before it was able to hit you, as it tries to hit you with a natural 1 and a 4, meaning a 8. So the first one just... It tries to swing really wide, and because of that, it can't reposition itself to try and bite you, so you just see the jaw go... From that, I'd say it's probably going to be there, because that was such a pathetic attempt at hitting you that it's not going to be just right in front of you. Alright, well, that one didn't do a lot of anything. Which means we go down to audience. So, audience. 16 and unnatural 20. Damn, that gargoyle really has it against you.
No attacks, I missed.
Sorry?
I fired. I missed.
I said no attacks, I missed from the gargoyle.
No, it's weird for me. This is the first time that I'm hitting you every single time. There's something that feels weird with
he also
that.
took his shield off, so I don't take that as a full victory there. Reckon.
He made it more. All right.
Yeah, to be fair, the first two would not have hit if I'd had the shield. They would have both been one and 2 under.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you. You're making me feel less mean for doing this. So the first one is the bite attack. It's so close it manages to sink its teeth right in your shoulder for a 8 piercing damage. And as it's trying to keep on to remove your arm by clawing at it, pulling on it, you get another 5 points of slashing damage.
Alright.
So audience is getting mauled by a gargoyle. Who knew stone could be so aggressive?
Then it's my turn to retaliate.
Yeah.
Right?
Revenge.
Alright, I will make my 2 attacks with...
What?
Nope, that's damage. I don't want that. That's not what I want. I want a tech roll. Oh! There's a crit.
Okay.
You know what I do when I crit?
Go
You
ahead.
gently put the sword down and think about your decisions in life.
I cast... I won't do a level 2, but I will do a level 1.
Okay.
Smite Sword.
Smite
I might
it.
need that level. I might need those level 2 spells for lesser restoration to make us not stone anymore. Or try to.
I will say for the record that lesser restoration does not work on petrification.
I know it doesn't. I know.
But audience doesn't know. Well, he might, but he's gonna have to roll after the battle.
If it's paralyzed, though, there's a chance. Because that's what it was. Anyway. Alright, so first we're gonna roll the 46 plus 5. That's 13. Alright, 26 there, and then 48?
40 total?
No. 20, no, sorry. 13 plus 13
Okay.
is
26.
13. Well, no. That wasn't even with my divine smite. That was. And then D8, or actually, I can just do 2 D8 doubles. Okay, do that. 12. So 36, 46, 48. I hit the gargoyle in front of me for 48 damage.
So as it's trying to tear into you, you take your sword and smite it with everything you have, and your sword just cleaves through the head, keeps on going through the throat, the body, and comes out the bottom. And you see all of these stones just going and falling everywhere.
Yeah, that gargoyle was pissing me off. It was hitting me a lot.
Yeah.
And then because I have nothing near me, this will be a good chance to move over to Remy's gargoyle. And
Oh,
away
wait,
from
it
the
died?
door.
It's dead
Yeah.
now?
Yeah, it's dead.
Oh yeah.
It only had 39 hit points left.
That's too low for my divine smite. I'll move over to P14.
P14. Okay. Let's go.
Now, did a crystal fall when it died? No.
All right.
That's
So,
what I'm looking for.
those were your 2 attacks.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wait.
I feel like there's one
that was
attack missing.
that was my first attack.
No, that was a
I
single
just
attack.
forgot. I hit so hard. I assumed it was two. No.
He said,
All right. I guess I'll attack the gargoyle in front of me. The other attack.
Yeah, I thought, okay, maybe I'm miscalculating. That's all right. I'm big
That's
enough
true.
to admit
I'll
when I'm
hit
wrong.
I'll hit the other gargoyle too.
No, wait, what actually happened was that audience didn't actually go level 5 paladin. It was actually he took a level in monk.
Alright, the other gargoyle is hit for. Actually, I forgot to roll that too last time. That's okay. It would have been more than 48, but it's fine. 13 damage.
Okay.
The other gargoyle gets hit for 13 damage.
Okay. All right. So that's audience, and we go to Tobiyashi. Well, now you're gonna have to
All right.
move. The gargoyle's a bit far for you.
yeah, he's a bit far. Unless I want to use my key to make it super long. But, let's see. Okay, so, well, how much movement? It's halved, right?
No,
It's halved?
I halved it because you had to wade through all of your friends to go there. But now there's no one, so it's not halved.
Alright, then I'll move right next to Remy on the opposite side, so R14.
Okay.
Alright. And then, I am going to try to hit it with my mace that is
Go.
enhanced.
Go.
Does Toby get advantage now because we have 3 players around the gargoyle? It's
I'll,
technically flanked.
If
I thought one had to be on the opposite side.
that's what I was gonna say,
Oh.
but you can have advantage if you move to R16.
Well, see, the problem with that... Wait, okay, so... okay, so... Oh, yeah, I'll move to R15 then.
I think, yeah. R16
Yeah,
is
you-
exactly 40 feet, and I
Yeah.
believe that's
Okay,
your...
yeah. 16, R16, I'll go there. And then I am going to attack, yeah.
Now it would
Advantage.
give you advantage. It sort of makes a triangle.
17.
That is enough to hit.
I rolled a nat 1 on the first one, so thank God for advantage. So it's 1d6. Let's roll that really quick. So that's 6. And then we are going to roll...
And just 8,000 years a year.
Wait. So 9... 15 points of damage to the man, the brick thing, the rock man.
The gargoyle.
Yeah.
Okay. It takes
And
it.
then
Doesn't look
I-
damaged, but it takes it.
I will use... Why not? I'll use one of my key points to do a Fury of Blows.
Let's go.
So that's 3 attacks.
It's 2 attacks now.
2 attacks, yeah, 2 attacks, sorry. With advantage, right?
Yeah,
First one is 17,
that's enough to hit.
and then the second one is 13.
That's not enough to hit.
Okay, so the second unarmed strike does 4 points of damage. Let's go! As it should. He is made out of rock.
Yeah, you're trying to... I was about to use a word, but I'm not going to use that word. You're trying to use your fist to break through stone, so... It's making damage, but it feels like you're back in training while they were trying to teach you to not mind the pain of punching rock. It feels a bit like that right now.
Alright,
Alright.
and that's it.
In that case...
Full attack.
The next... anything else?
No, that's it. That's
Okay.
all I could do. I could move, but I'm not going to. Well, I can't move, actually.
No,
I
you-
used all my moves.
No, the only thing
Yeah.
that you have left is a reaction. You can
Yeah,
shout if you
reaction,
want,
and,
cry, have a reaction dance. I don't know.
Have a reaction dance. I could deflect missile. Let's go. I'm saying.
I can throw something at you if you want. Okay, so the next one is the door. At 6 initiative. Well, the mechanism in front of the door just keeps going back to its position. Nothing happens. There's no puff of smoke appearing. But the door doesn't unlock. You don't hear anything that feels like the door has been unlocked, but there hasn't been an adverse reaction. The puff of smoke didn't appear.
Oh, because we didn't move it to the left this time.
I think he did,
No, I did do it to the left this time.
Oh.
but you put it to 1 instead of 2. Is that the only difference you made?
Well,
That was I believe that's the only difference I made.
take it as you will. I wrote it down the way that Remy told it, and the mechanism put itself back into its neutral position, but there was no puff of smoke. But you didn't hear
Somebody's trying to
something.
ram it.
You didn't hear something unlock. Take it as you will. Maybe there's something more. Maybe there's something else. Maybe one last step needs to be done. You're gonna have to judge what the answer to that is. Jorg, it's your turn.
Jorg. He wants in on this action, so he's gonna shillelagh on his club. Or
Okay.
his, not club. It's an actual quarterstaff, and he's gonna run up and bonk it. Does he get advantage?
Oh, with
Yes.
4 people, yeah. Hold on, Shillelagh. Is it a bonus action, Shillelagh, or an action?
Shillelagh
You
is
can
a
cast
bonus.
it as a bonus action as long as it's you don't cast another spell.
It's not me.
But like, there's nothing stopping you from
Okay.
casting a bonus action.
No,
spell.
that's alright. I just wanted to be sure that it was a bonus
Oh,
action, that's all. Okay, go ahead. So, what did you roll?
17.
17 is enough to hit.
All right. And I bonk it for 11 magic damage.
Okay. Well, that is enough to damage it. From your angle, I'd say you hit it somewhere on its back, and you see a crack form in the rock. Just
Nice. I don't get hit things very often.
last
Not the
combat
way
you
I
had
roll,
lasted a
please.
full minute and was against a single weapon. So we go back to
That's
the.
like the last time I tried to hit anything.
It was a long while ago. So we go back to the top of the initiative with Remy.
Okay, since Raimi isn't actually 100% sure if that worked or not, or as you said, there's like an extra step needing to be made. He is going to turn his attention to the gargoyle. And you know what? Just for fun, and it just feels like super appropriate considering this very specific kind of training that Raimi was doing. Raimi is going to pull out his good boy dagger, and he is going to do to this gargoyle what he's been trying to do with all of those rocks he's been practicing on.
I'll allow it.
I just feel like there's no other creature that Raimi would think to try this on next.
You see Raimi taking out its dagger, looking at it intently, and it starts to vibrate.
Just like, I've literally been training for this.
Quite literally, yes.
With a 23 to hit.
It is enough.
Okay, so first I'll just roll the classic damage. Okay, so that's a 2, 6, 11. Ouch. 12. Oh, that's better. So 18 piercing, and do I get to add the additional damage?
Yes, you casted the spell. I'll give it to you. It's a beautiful moment to add this to your repertoire.
Okay, I actually need to pull out the D8 for this because I haven't had to pull out the D8 for a damage die for yet. That's not it.
So for those wondering what's happening, Remy has been practicing for the past, I think, 8 episodes to replace one of its cantrip with Booming Blade. So.
Okay, so that's going to be 6 additional thunder damage.
All right. For a grand total of 16, is that it? Or 17?
18 plus 6 is 24.
Oh, sorry. I don't know why I had 11 in my head. All right. Well, that moment definitely brings a smile to your
eyes.
Yeah, sure, eyes can smile. As you do this, you shove the dagger in the arm of the gargoyle, and you just see the energy just go, and the arm shatters. It is severely injured, but it is not dead yet.
You ever see a shark stabbed with a diver's knife? That's what it kind of looks like.
Well, with the example of the shark, that could be the last thing you see also. But maybe not with this.
Raimi just like being super excited, but then also realize like, oh wait, he might try to retaliate.
It's still a pissed off gargoyle.
So Raimi is going to bonus action disengage and move 10 steps away. Just like, nope, wasn't me, I swear. So he's going to move to, I guess it would be maybe we'll say Q11.
Okay.
It's just like holding hands up like, I swear it wasn't me. It was totally him, but
I didn't do it. It's him. He points toward Jorg. It's him.
And that will end Raimi's turn.
All right. In that case, we go to Magna.
Wait, did Jorg move back behind the pillar?
Nope.
No, it's
out.
just gonna take a little moment to update.
Magnus hanging out.
Okay. In that case, well, the gargoyle is pissed off, but it's not stupid enough to move away from 3 targets who are all gonna get opportunity strike if it moves, so it's just gonna try and kill one of you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 6. It attacks Tobiyashi.
Oh, I knew it was gonna fucking attack me.
That's fine. Audience don't gets to hit it with the reaction.
That's what I was thinking. That's why I moved closer.
It turns around with its one good hand and strike at Tobiyashi. One with a 11, and the other one.
Does 17 hit, by the way?
Yes, it does.
11 misses.
And the other one with a natural 20.
Oh,
Oh,
let's see.
no.
Let's see if audience kills it.
Let's see if I kill it. Let's see if I kill it.
Jesus Christ! I just got backhanded into oblivion. He missed the first shot and he was like, pop!
Audience hits it for 18.
Tobiyashi, you are in front of this gargoyle. You see it try to strike you with its claw. You move out of the way, but you realize that, oh shit, there's a bite attack, and you just move closer to it. You see the head moving toward your neck, and then suddenly you just hear this, and you see the head keeps moving alone, right in front of you, and falls to the ground. Audience just decapitated it as it was moving toward your neck.
Audience gives you a wink from behind the decapitated.
I'm just sitting there like. Are we out of initiative now?
I don't know, are more gargoyles attacking us?
Right now, there is no more gargoyle attacking you.
Alright, I am going to quickly use 10 points of my lay on hands then to...
I look at the body and look for a crystal, and then after that, I'm gonna move back towards the door.
So you're looking through stone?
Yeah, I'm looking through stone for a freaking crystal of essence, as they told me.
Make a perception roll.
A crystal of essence.
A crystal of essence. Oh my gosh, it was almost a 1 again. It's a 15. Yeah, that's stone.
You look at this and it just feels like you're sifting through 5,000-year-old stone. You know, the average stone.
All right. I'll pick up a piece and feed it to him anyways.
Okay. Well, there's no reaction other than...
Yeah, I just feed it to him, so he eats.
Yeah.
Just that. I want to imagine like a baby's tongue just kind of like does a raspberry.
It's like disgusting.
But I'm gonna eat it.
Yeah.
All right. So everything quiets down. You still hear the fluttering of wings right above your head. But right now, nothing else is happening. Tobiyashi, you said you moved after looking
Like
through things.
T11, yeah. After through looking through things, I'll move to T11.
Yeah, but we're gonna get a few moments because I believe this is time to take our break. So we're gonna be back in 15 minutes, which means okay. And we're gonna go with let's go with a little gentle rain. I said gentle. All right, so see you all back in 15 minutes to see what happens with this door and if the party managed to enter. All right. See you all in 15 minutes. Have a good break. Aha, welcome back. Yes, I know, I took a little bit more than 15 minutes. We had one camera problem, but it's fixed, and let's keep on going. And we're gonna remove the rain. Because we're back at the eerie silence. You know? Uncomfortable, eerie silence. It's always fun. Alright, so audience, Remy, Jorg, and Tobiyashi. You're all in front of one another like this. practically exactly in front of everyone. And I believe that as we ended, Tobiyashi just had a moment of going through the rocks and go, oh wait, oh I'm bad, sorry. And you were turning toward audience?
Yeah. I'll tell audience, I was like, maybe you could interpret the password way better than anybody else could here. And I will turn it towards him. And I open the page to where it's at, and then, yeah.
So he takes all of his scrolls and open them up in front of you. And you get scroll for history, different plans. There actually is a sewer system. But there's also a warning that there's something that cleans the sewer system. And that you can read because of all the small notations. Then you get to the temple, you see this in front. Most of it is exactly as written there. The only difference that you see when you read this is once you've entered this key, you have to wait for judgment.
Okay. So, I will say what I said. It seems like last time we got no judgment.
Well, there literally was no one in front of the door.
Oh, okay. So I'm saying we have one of us has to be at least in front of the door to put in. So Remy, we're gonna have to try you putting in that same key again, because one of us has to be in front of the door to receive judgment, or it won't open.
Who wants to be
yeah.
in front of the door?
Well, I wonder if it's like a weighted system. We could just put all the rocks that we just killed on the doorstep, and
I assume there's more magic to it than that. I assume you probably.
All right.
Not
Well, not it.
I mean, I assume we should at least start with Remy, because so far he has been the only one not failed to save. So he's the furthest from being paralyzed.
Who is
We
not
should decide this now.
a reasonable way to ask this in game?
What? You're wondering if there's...
I mean, okay, so audience will say, let's see, one of us needs to face judgment. Remy, do you want to start because you know the code, and also it seems like you were the least affected last time by the gas.
Specifically because audience is asking, Raimi puts on a brave face and
Raimi,
walks
wait.
up to the front door.
Just because you were least affected last time doesn't mean you will be least affected in the future. I have a relatively, usually, good resistance to this kind of thing. And that is relative. So if you'd like, I will put in the code if you tell me what it is.
Or you could use Maze Hand and you could stand in front of it.
Yeah, or that works.
So, are you sure, Raimi?
I'm sure. I can take it. Hopefully.
George turned to stone immediately.
You got regular dice? You should use your regular dice for this, because D&D Beyond is fucking this.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where I put them.
Come on.
All right.
You're a Dungeon and Dragon player and you don't know where your dice are?
I'll just simulate it in my head.
That's funny. You always roll natural 20 when you simulate it in your head.
Yeah.
All right.
Love is an open door. Oh my gosh.
All right.
Audience, let's get ready for if there's another attack.
All right. Audience
I
will
stand
back
right
away.
next to him.
Audience will back away from the door to the, so he's out of the range of it.
And I get my patient defense right now. I'm just gonna get in defense. I'm gonna use a defense thing. I don't know what it's called.
I'm gonna also have Magna come up actually next to me, but at the edge of the door.
Okay.
A dodge action. That's
Dodge
what I'm gonna get ready.
All right. Magna comes back to you. What is Magna's passive perception?
That is a good question. Magna's passive perception is... It's not that high. It's not like higher than Raimi's.
Is it higher than mine?
Magna's passive. Where do you even see that? Oh, for 14. There we go. 14.
Okay. She goes back next to you. She has a moment when she looks at you and says, See? That's what happens. That's what happened. You're monsters. All right. So, Jorg. You go in front of the door, Remy. You go next to the door or 20 feet away. You start rolling the dials slowly. And you're doing back the same thing you did?
Yeah, the same combination that I tried.
Okay. So...
For what it's worth, guys, I have at least 2 other options before.
So, in a smooth motion, you move the fourth one 4 times. The third one, move it 3 times. Go to the second one, move it 4, move it 3 backward, and then the last one.
For the record,
Yes.
You technically have those flipped.
Sorry. Okay, I'm going. It's probably just because I'm going on the a different order. So the largest dial you roll 4 times. Then not the dial after this one, but the other one you roll 3 times. The one between those two you roll 4 times, and you remove 3 ticks from it. And then the smallest one, you turn it 24 times. Did I get it correctly?
Yeah, so, just basically working our way inward. 4, in the end, 1.
All right, so?
3 and 24. Hit button.
You hit the button, and Jorg, you have this moment of, all right, let's go. You see all of the dials going back. You just hear a rumbling noise from deep within these doors. Just go.
I want to push on the door.
It takes a lot of strength, but you push and you push and you push, and you do see the door opening very slightly, slowly, grinding on the floor. So you hear this. It's not discreet. You hear.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna put my robe back on.
I'll put mine on too.
What? We didn't get to roll stealth on opening this very large, heavy stone door? Bad DM.
All right, let's go. Good job, guys. Let's go stop a god.
That was well done. I don't know how the math worked out, but
Above game, do you want me to tell you?
yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so you were right with the outer ring, the 4, and then the second inner ring, 3 of 2, so 3 notches. But then the one just outside, you had to do the math based on what you put for the 4th ring and what you put for the 2nd ring.
That makes sense.
So the result of 4 minus the result of 2, which was 1.
I'm bad at math.
Cool.
I still don't get it, but I'm bad at it.
It's okay, guys. You don't have to get it because We got it there. We got there.
All right, so
Okay.
All right.
You guys want to go back in handcuffs or?
Or just hold your hands behind you
Just hold
surreptitiously.
your hands behind you.
I mean, I think at this point there's no need because I assume all the cultists won't be in here, and if there is anyone in here, they'll either be the ones sacrificing or being sacrificed. So I feel like at this point we just kind of go in and try and stop it.
All right, let's go. I still have my hood on, just in case.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also,
me too.
remember, guys, we have a time limit, so we don't want to be in there when the sacrifice starts. So let's hurry.
all right.
Let's
Yeah.
go. You
So-
keep your cat out here just to like watch the tower, see if it does anything. You
I
know.
feel like my cat's perception would be nice to have in there. But...
You choose.
Also, I feel like your cat would just get eaten by gargoyles.
Yeah, that was the
Oh,
other
yeah.
thing. There's still a bunch of gargoyles.
Yeah, dude, I
out
just want to imagine audience just looking to Magna. It's like, okay, you stay out here.
It's like nah.
I don't know why, but I feel like the face of Magna would feel a bit like Simba when he's very young and he sees the stampede running toward him. Just all of his face just go.
No, Magnus gonna come in with us.
All right, let's hurry up and close this door too.
Well, it takes quite a bit of time to actually manage to push, and even audience has to help. You get the feeling that either there's a mechanism which makes it easier that you didn't find, or
It just needs WD-40.
it's there's a lot of dwarf that used to do this. But before it starts before it's enough open, because the door is quite thick, before it's enough open to actually be able to enter, you start hearing fluttering of wings again right above your head, and you start hearing a lot of these stone moving. You see bits of rock falling.
Yep. So time to get inside.
Yeah, let's go.
And as you're pushing again and again, you feel them just gathering up. And at that moment, you hear a voice coming from the other side of the field. None of you saw it arriving, but you hear, you know, you're not really easy to catch up to. And as your attention turns toward, you see Naifa.
Hey,
Bye.
I'm like, hey, Nathan, you might wanna come get in this door
Hurry up
real
and get in
quick,
here.
because I don't want to fight all these gargoyles.
No, I get it. Let's say that I'm pretty sure you won't be able to close that door in time to not let them in. What do you say I cover your behind while you do this?
Can you survive that?
I don't know, but we're gonna see.
I'll tell her
Why
where the
don't-
sewer system is, just in case she has to make a run for it, and that there's something that cleans it up, and that's it. That's all I leave her with, and then we go
I'm
inside.
also like, we can also the gargoyles aren't the gargoyles bigger than a human?
It's medium sized, but because of the wing, yes, they do appear more imposing than
I'm like,
humans.
we can also we can just hold them off, or you can hold them off long enough for us to leave the door open a crack, and then you can join us, and then we can finish shutting it.
Oh, I guess you will see. But I get a feeling that you'll need this more than I do. And she gets next to you, and she takes out from a satchel 2 clear orbs. She says,
Ooh, full heal orbs.
I was hoping that I would be able to give you more, but your friend actually needed 1. And I needed to use 1 to save one of your friends from the previous fight. So this one, and she looks at both, and she puts both in one hand. You see her take something that's a bit greasy, and she makes a mark on one. This one here, and she shows you the one that has a mark. This one here, use it wisely. It'll give you the equivalent of a good night's sleep. You just have to break it.
Oh.
Use it wisely. This one here will bring back one of your member if they fall. A bit like those revivification spell. And she hands it to you, the audience. Choose the person that will keep them wisely This is all I can give you to help you for this.
Okay.
I'll do my best to get in before they cut my retreat off. But if I can't, do hurry, please.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay. Also, degrees. Okay. I'm gonna hand the res one to Raimi, because Raimi usually can stealth and maybe like get to someone if he goes down. So I feel like that probably is the best thing to do. Also, I feel like he's oftentimes the least targeted of us.
So Remy, it's a those crystal ball, when they break it, it's exactly like casting a spell. Everything has been done. All you need to do is break it and then use it as if you were able to cast the spell, and it's a revivify spell.
Also, there's a small selfish part of audience that he won't even admit to himself, but there's also that calculated part of him that thinks to himself, well, if 2 of our party members are dead, there's a high likelihood that Raimi will choose me over the other person. If I give him the...
This is not incorrect.
I start to case the room in front of us, see where we're at when we walk into the door, as they're all doing that right now.
Wait, so does the other one... Okay, so does the other one give everyone in the party a good night's rest, or just one person a good night's rest?
Not everyone. It has a range. It's a bit like Lehman's Tiny Hut, but it's going to give, within a single round, the equivalent of a night's rest.
Okay.
It also plays We Are the Champions once broken.
All right, guys. So be
For
more.
6
I guess
seconds.
be more fruitful with your spells,
Yeah.
because we can use a rest.
You say stealth?
No spells. Be more like if you have abilities and spells that require a long rest, we can be more.
Yeah.
Like we don't have to save them as much for like a boss fight or something, because we can use this when we see the door with the white smoke. We can use it before that.
Yeah, okay.
Man, I sure hope they make it that.
I investigate the room right when you walk into it. Like, while they're talking and stuff like that, I'll investigate the room where we're heading towards.
Well, we're starting to. I mean, we're hurrying. We're like opening and then trying to close the door because I'm trying to give Naisa a chance to possibly join us.
So
For you
that's
Kingdom
happening,
Hearts
I'm
fans,
investigating.
this is the ending of Kingdom Hearts, the first game.
Yeah, I mean, you guys. Audience will, I guess, be. Audience assumes he's the strongest, so he can shut it the fastest. So he'll be the one at the front with the. He'll tell everyone else to get inside like as quick as they can, and then he'll shut it. Once we're trying to give Naisa a chance to shut it.
You look at this, and there's a moment where you think that, okay, she's probably not gonna join. You see all of the gargoyle gathering in front, and they all start flying down and toward her. And just as you're thinking that, well, I'm the strongest, so I can. You see her just clasp her fists together, and you see energy coming out of both of her fists. You recognize easily the energy as being divine energy. The thing is, it lets out even more light. Each of her fists lets out more light than your Mace of Disruption.
Hey, yo, if she dies, I call her gloves now.
In this
No.
part of the Kingdom Hearts metaphor, she is King Mickey.
Don't talk about her dying, Toby. I can't lose another girl from my list.
I said that in my head, not outside of my head. I'm investigating right now.
Okay, you're investigating. All right, audience is like waiting to shut. I mean, is everyone inside?
Yes.
I don't even know who's inside. Well,
Maybe
then why can't
would
we-
not
all
have
are trying to-
hesitated to be inside.
So
Okay, well,
you're,
then I guess I'll.
you're pushing on that door, opening it, and it opens just enough, and just like a cat trying to get out of your room, the moment it's opened enough, you get Tobiyashi just squeezing himself inside the room.
I said I'm out.
I mean, I think actually Magna would be joining you in that as well.
All right.
I just like get me away from these gargoyles.
There's a lot of them.
There's a bad scrabble between Toby and Magna.
I'm just like, no, move. I'm like pulling the
I'm the
ears,
first. No, I'm the
clawing me. I'm just
first.
like,
And so both of them just stumbles inside of this big room. And You said you wanted to see what's inside, so make a perception roll. Oop, sorry.
Yeah, that's a
Is
16.
it dark?
Yeah, is it dark?
It's completely dark. You can't see a thing. Damn it. No, actually, actually, you get inside the room and there's a bit of a hallway. It's maybe 50 feet long, but it's as large as the door that's currently being opened enough for Jorg and audience to fit in. Because Remy can already fit in, but you know he's braver than Tobiyashi and Magna right now. And you see in that hallway that there is a main hall that leads to a larger door, like I said, 50 feet away. But there are also two smaller hallway that goes on each side. The doors for those are the size of a normal door, so just 5 feet wide. But the door that you're opening and the door that is right in front of you is 20 feet wide. It's the exact same thing as you have when you entered. There's a very gentle light. It's dim light throughout the entire hallway, so you can't see really well, but this is what you see when you enter. So, audience keeps pushing and the door is opened enough for everyone to get in. Jorgs get in, Remy gets in, audience gets in and takes a look outside.
And then audience is gonna at that point call out as he starts shutting it, like, we're good if you're able to join us.
The gargoyle have already started their onslaught toward Neifa, and you see that she is more busy dodging than actually attacking. But you do recognize a bit of what she's doing, as in she's judging what exactly she can and can't do with so many opponents.
Mm-hmm.
But they're circling around her. You even see a few gargoyles between her and the door. And one of them just noticed you, and it's turning around and speaking in language you can't hear. You can't understand, sorry.
Okay, well, I mean, I don't need to shut it fully yet. I can shut it. I'll shut it a little bit more so that, like, it's really just enough for, like, a slim monk to fit through and not a winged gargoyle.
She's a half-elf woman, so
yeah, that's what I mean.
She can slip through something smaller than what a gargoyle can slip through. So, okay.
Also above game, we've already confirmed she has a certain ability that...
Yeah. That's why I'm telling her, get over here. Like, come on. Get over it.
Slip through the shadows.
But then suddenly Riku appears on the other side of the door, and he says, "Take care of her," and closes the door.
Well, there's one. There's one. Okay.
Audience, we need to hurry.
Remy.
I get we need to hurry, but you want me to abandon the person that's like 10 feet from the door?
I think she's abandoning us.
Well, but I don't see why.
If she has to run away, she could run away.
Yeah, I'm just giving her the option. Chill, we're like 10 seconds.
So
taking 10 seconds to see if she comes to the door.
So your friends are starting to pull you away. You let the door big enough. She's a big girl. She can do it. Come on, get out of here.
No. Audience is resisting.
You get the feeling
audience has already abandoned one girl to die. He's not abandoning another.
You get the impression that she's probably not as good a monk as
Tobiyashi.
She's probably not as good a monk as Amiali, but she can hold her own. And you get the feeling from what she's doing with the two fists that just appeared that are glowing brighter than each one of her fists, glowing brighter than your mace. She's equipped for combat.
Dragon fist.
I'm okay that she's equipped for combat. I want her equipped for combat in the temple with us.
I stopped pulling him. I'm like, all right, I'm going.
I'm going to take audience prisoner for real and drag him along with us. I'm not actually going to do that, but
I'm like,
yeah.
you want to contest strength? Be real.
Well,
Yeah,
if there's
with
two
your
of them
strength,
against you, they'll be rolling with advantage against
That
yours.
is true. That is true.
And I can
technically,
use my wisdom.
I can have Magna help me.
God damn it!
Decide now. Right now,
Guys, we gotta
Neifa looks busy, assuring that she doesn't get pulled apart, but she also looks like she's holding her own. One thing that you would also notice is that her gloves are emitting so much light, there's nowhere for her to jump into a shadow right now.
Oh, wait. Okay. 1 second. Can I throw anything that creates a shadow?
If you have a cloak...
No, I'm not gonna ask Remy for his cloak. That's too mean. He loves his cloak.
He likes the girl, but not as much as the cloak.
If you really want this, how far is she?
She's about 20 feet away. But there's a gargoyle that just called for reinforcement that's between the door and you, staring right at you.
Yeah, but we just need to create a shadow.
If I can, then I will use a key point. I'll extend my my silk 20 feet, and I will shoot it at her with because I could just use like tie it to a dart or something and just throw it at her.
That will technically create a shadow with her light.
But it's up to her if she wants to jump into it. So I'm trying what I can. You really want this girl to come with us? I'm trying it, okay?
I do. Well, I want her not to die.
I used a key point for this, so...
Alright.
Alright, you extend and... The gargoyles get reaction strike against something moving straight out toward her. So...
They gotta not destroy it.
Yeah.
Too.
The first one tries to attack...
I can't do that, I can make it white.
The first one tries to attack it with a 10. Is that enough to hit it?
I forgot what its AC was. Doesn't it share the same AC with me?
I believe.
Yeah, no, it doesn't hit it.
The second gargoyle...
Let me double check.
Okay.
I will double check really quick. Features traits. And then I will look at Silk Dancer. No, Silk Weaving. And then it is something
With two sources of light, it's going to be a lot harder to cast a shadow too.
She just needs.
Yeah, no, it shares the same thing as me.
Okay.
Okay.
The second one is a 15 to hit.
It misses.
The last one is a 23.
Oh, it destroys the ribbon. Well,
that's the hit. It has a little bit of hit points, but
yeah. No, yeah, it hits it. It hits it.
Roll low.
8 points of damage.
It has 10, so it doesn't destroy it. It rips it, but it doesn't destroy it. It has 2 hit points left.
All right, it extends and it reaches her. What are you trying to do? Just touch her, wrap around her?
It touches her. So like, it gets to the point to where it basically like tries to wrap around her for a second, but it's not doing any resistance at all.
Okay.
You should have attached your cloak to the dart, because then that would have created a shadow. The cultist cloak. I don't know if that would have worked.
So, what exactly are you trying to achieve with this?
Are you gonna yell at her after I do this? Because we have to have some way to warn her to do it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. She's 20 feet. I'll be like, take the ribbon or try and use it to create a shadow. I'll basically be like, if you can, like, this is your opportunity to come towards us. This is our extending. This is like what we can do to help.
This
you
is
out.
us reaching our hand out to you to pull you through the door.
Like, take it if you want.
I bet the truth is she doesn't want to be in here because she doesn't think we're gonna make it out.
She's like, these losers are going to die. And
Yeah.
I've given them what they can so they
a
don't die.
shadow. Yeah, I totally want to jump in that.
As she's moving, she grabs it and she turns around toward all of you. She pulls it as wide as it goes, and you hear her say, How about I give you as much time as I can? I'll have them chase me. And she uses the silk to completely cover herself. And then you feel that there's no more resistance in it. She created a shadow and she left. But then you see really far away that beacon of light just go, and you see all of the gargoyles start flying away toward that.
Okay, that's actually good, because if we have to leave later quickly, now the gargoyles won't be here.
Then that cut to the Benny Hill theme.
Also, I also now feel that we saved the NPC's life, which is
All right, now
I understand the DM wasn't going to give us a high level monk.
As soon as that happens, I kick the door shut and I like pull at Audience's like what is he wearing a shirt? You're not wearing a shirt, are you?
Audience never ever since Audience got his glove, he's never worn a shirt.
I'll just grab him by his shoulder and be like, "Come on, we gotta go." And then
Audience is fine. Audience is fine. Audience, she made her choice. She got out. Audience is okay now. Audience is like doesn't think the monk base is gonna die.
All right, let's go.
And
now
for
Rainy
Sam,
is going.
and just a bit of information for Sam, it's not that the dungeon master doesn't want you to have a high level monk. There is a reason that you might learn later on. That's why I'm not giving more.
I'm joking. I did actually think
she's in on it.
It's more of a joke. I was just giving her the option to get out because I remember what you said. I was doing what you said before because you said the thing before where like you have situations where like there's the potential for NPCs to die or not die, and there's some that we can technically prevent if we do certain things.
Absolutely.
So I was like, give that opportunity to prevent that NPC's death. Basically, was the point of that.
I know. I completely recognize that. Don't worry.
Yeah.
You
That's
you allowed her to move away and force them to chase her instead of her trying to survive this. So no, definitely, I take it into consideration.
All right.
And I told her about the sewer system, so if she ever needs to get in there, you know, she could use the. There's a bunch of shadows in the sewer system, so she won't get killed by whatever's cleaning it.
All right. So you see that beacon of light appearing far away, and you see all of the gargoyles flying toward the beacon of light. And then everything goes back to being quiet all around you.
All right, I shut the door, and we're in the temple.
All right. So, like I said, you have a long hallway. It's the way that it's made. It's pretty clear that this long hallway was also meant to be a place where worshiper could pray. There are signs that there might have been long ago benches, and there is a small altar slightly to the left, where someone could have stood to talk to everyone inside the room. On each side, there is a small door, the size of a person, but, you know, dwarven making, so it's the size of a person and a half, and it's 3 times the height of a dwarf. So for your audience, it's just a slightly bigger door than what you feel comfortable with. There's one of these on each side, and the other end of the hallway is closed by what looks like beautifully carved door, but they don't feel as heavy as the door that you've just closed.
Okay.
There's a small eerie light all around you. You're not sure where it's coming from, but it does feel magical.
All right, and Audience is going to use his second divine sense to try and sense where perhaps the evil or which way they should go.
Okay. So you take a moment, take a breath. look around, and although you do not see evil around you. Oh, hold on. Let me. You say it's 60 feet away. Where exactly in this hallway are you doing this?
At the end.
Yeah, I mean, I could probably tell from eyesight that there's nothing obviously like right in front of us.
Okay.
So I guess I'll risk that there's something not right in front of us.
Open the door slightly so it goes through the door.
Also, just for everyone's benefit, even though there is a low light in here, Raimi is going to open the shutter on his lamp.
Okay.
Just because sometimes bright light helps.
Sure.
Yep.
So you open your shutter and suddenly the entire room becomes completely lit. You are completely placed in front of dwarven architectural feat right in front of you. How well they can sculpt things. Things that you look at them, it almost feels too good to be real, but you have this sort of reflex moment of touching the side of the drape next to you on the cloak of something that's been carved, and okay, no, it's real stone. You even see a bit of a wear and tear on the statue. It's not someone that's been turned to stone. It's actually really how good they were at that time. You do see right above you, maybe 70 feet up, there are inlaid gems on the ceiling, all going in a straight line toward the next room. You're not sure which kind of gem they are, but there are different colors, but they go in sequence. There's a green one, a blue one, and a red one. And green, red, blue. Green, red, blue.
They did say the sacrifice people were being like turned into gems. I wonder if those are like people.
Oh, we
Souls.
cool.
I wasn't thinking kind of cool, but I guess if that's what George thinks.
You get audience. I wonder if this is what they're talking. They said that they were turning people into gem. You're here, Georgia. That's cool. Everyone just looks at him. What the?
I'm like, you sure you're not taking this hunter cult thing a little too seriously, George?
Yeah, I think you need to take off the cloak for a second. I don't know if it has like some essence rubbing off on you or.
Even Magna is looking at you funny with that remark.
Like,
Well,
you okay there, George?
it's not cool that they're doing it, but it is a pretty I don't know, special thing they can do.
To be honest, maybe we could, if they have any history about it, like paperwork, stuff like that, we could take it back to the hedging.
I'll roll an Arcana
The
roll on the
hedging.
gems. I'll try or investigation. I don't know, religion.
I'll take
Something on
one.
the gems.
Well, for you, if you want to check for magic, I'd say religion would more be your thing because it's
Okay.
priestly magic.
The same roll for me, but I'll do.
I'll let him tell me what it is first, and then I'll feed it to him.
There's another nat 20. Tonight is my night of nat
Let's
20s.
go.
I feel so bad for this answer with the natural 20. You just get the
Sorry.
feeling that it is dwarven architecture at its most refined and beautiful. There doesn't seem to be anything that lets you believe that this would be magical. But the way that it's made, it feels like a crime removing one gem without removing half of the ceiling that goes with it, because it just completes the design so well that it's sort of like removing the sun of a mural representing battle between good and evil.
How much would I identify these gems as being worth? No,
Remy could figure that out.
I'm joking. I'm not,
Okay.
audience is not taking the time to like climb up to the ceiling and start harvesting gems while they're trying to the end of the world.
Actually, no, hold on. How high is the ceiling?
Oh my god.
70 feet.
Okay, that's okay for everyone's benefit. So that is out of reach of Raimi's mage hand. So Raimi is just like, his hand kind of like clutches for them because he knows it's what he wants, but knows he can't reach it.
If we all stack on top of each other and then he uses mage hand, no, I'm just like, just like
We're like, screw the
But
end of the
Raimi-
world.
But
Yeah,
Raimi does have that longing but sad look on his face as he just
Aw.
extends his hand.
I'm just like, let's go.
They're gonna die
Let's keep
rich,
going.
but they're gonna die.
We got to
Alright.
get out of here fast.
We're gonna keep going. I'm gonna go to the now that this room is fully lit. I'm gonna go to the next door and then use, by the way, my divine sense that I was saying I was doing a long time ago.
So you get to the door and you just slightly open it. There's a lot less resistance, and just enough to see on the other side. The room looks relatively big, not too big, but you use your divine sense and you just feel it just go and fill the space, both behind you and in front of you, and you don't. Oh yeah, that's right. You don't feel. It's a bit of an odd mix. At the same time, you don't feel like there's an evil presence, as an evil awareness right now inside the next room and the room that you came from. Because 50 feet and the other room is. You can't quite feel all the way through the room. It's just maybe 10 feet too long, the next one, for you to reach to the other side. But there's this feeling, okay, there's no evil presence. And then suddenly you have this like breathing evil air. There's something seeping inside the next room.
Does it have a trail?
No, you don't feel a presence. It's sort of like you're feeling the aura of a presence. And that aura is evil.
Alright,
This
I'll
is the
turn
white
to Remy. I'll be
smoke.
like, Remy, can you light up the next room? I don't think we have a fight in there, but there's certainly something evil towards the like seeping into the air. I want to see what might be causing it.
So Raimi just quietly makes his way up to the door and kind of like holds his lantern out into it so that more light pools into it.
So slowly and carefully you push the lantern inside and you start looking around. And so the room that you see, the lantern reveals a circular room. Roughly, you'd say it's a 60 feet circle. 60 feet diameter.
Diameter?
Circle.
Okay.
There's a large pillar at the center of it, and it goes all the way up. It feels like a support pillar. And you see two stone statues at the end of the on the other side, and the light just helps you see that there's a stair at the other end that goes up. There's a little moment when you recognize the statue. Just, oh shit, they're gargoyle inside. But you remember audience saying that there's no evil presence, just an evil aura. Okay, that's probably just statues, real statues, not living statues. But that's all you see. The room is completely empty, and there's a staircase at the other end. You don't see all the way to the other side of the staircase, but it does lead up.
Alright.
Going through the room, do I quickly see any, like, using my passive perception, would I see any loose papers or, like, a book anywhere or, like, I don't know, just random pieces of paper, stuff like that?
The large hallway in which you were, or the room that Remy is...
The room, the next room that we're about to go into. Once we enter it, not
okay.
now.
Okay. So, you...
Are we entering it?
Well, Remy is watching inside, so...
So, I mean, I guess now that you're allowing to wait, Raimi just Raimi minor illusions and an arrow pointing up in like just looking toward the rest of the group. I don't know where everybody else is located relatively in the room.
I'll just be by the door. like waiting, see if we're gonna go through it or not.
Yeah.
Right.
But then Raimi is also going to point at the two adjacent doors in the room, and then minor illusion a question mark. Well, not adjacent, but doors to
In
the
the hallway
side.
that you just walked, there are two other smaller doors.
So are we gonna check those first?
Raimi shrugs.
Your evil feeling, audience, definitely comes from the next room.
Audience is going to be like, I think checking those doors may be a waste of time, and I don't know how much time we have. I mean, wherever this ritual is taking place, it's definitely coming from in front of us, probably somewhere up the stairs. We should not waste, I don't think, time trying to explore side passages.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Assuming we win, we can do it afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll check do I have a layout of the temple in the stuff that I have? I'll be doing this while we're walking away.
Okay. With the nature of the object that you had, yeah, sure. You take a look. It takes 1 or 2 minutes before you get to where the temple is, and you look inside. And all right, it's quite a large temple, but from as best as you can understand, the two rooms, the two doors on each side. One leads to where the priest would live, and the other one leads to where the priests basically do anything else. Judging with the plans, you sort of get the feeling that, okay, so this is a large...
One's a living quarters and one's like a...
It's a large abbey, dwarven style.
Okay. All right.
So there's no huge courtyard. Everything's been bunched up together. And there are places that are really large and huge, and this is where they did their worshipping, where they did their gathering, and it's further beyond. But what you can see from the plan that you have, the next room is a circular one with a pillar inside, and you see that there are stairs. And the stairs leads to a smaller room. There's writing in there that you don't quite understand, but I'd assume you'd show it to audience.
Yeah, I'd show it to audience.
Audience, you'd be able to read this as the private chamber of the Grand Priest.
I'd just be like, he's right, let's just keep going.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to go stop this Grand Priest, so...
Head upstairs.
I'll ask George if before we go up if he can pop a quick heal on me.
I can do that.
Can you pop a heal?
Pop a heal.
Pop a healing.
All right.
I'm gonna spam Q real quick.
How hurt are you?
Not bad. I'm 42, 52. I'm 15 points off the max.
He'll use a level 1 cure wounds.
And let's go.
For 8. Oh, I should have gotten level 2.
It's alright. 8 should be enough. I'm just downset. It just gets me like...
Okay.
We also have that ball.
As a reminder, you only have one level 2 spell slot, so...
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to use it.
We also got the long rest orb left.
Yeah, we have the long rest orb. So let's keep going.
Honestly, because we have the long rest orb, I'm actually just going to use the last 7 for my lay on hands.
Okay.
Just to pop me back in case we're going to go into that.
You all make your way inside of this room and walk a little bit, enter. The room is quite roomy. There's no furniture. You get the feeling that it was either taken out or used for different things. But
this is where the orgies happened.
Dwarven orgies, yes.
Let's go.
So many good memories.
I found this secret entrance. I don't know what they use it for. It's just like all of their torture equipment, orgy stuff.
It's a small 2-inch hole. So you keep going inside of the room, and as you're moving forward, I believe the highest passive perception is Remy, but who's after that?
Me or Jorg? I have 17 passive.
17?
I also have 17.
17,
passive.
17. Remy, I believe it's 19.
Yep.
Magna and audience?
14 in an audience. It's like 13 or 12 or something.
Okay. Well, in that case, you all hear it. As you're moving through this room, you hear... And it's coming right from above you.
Goddamn orgies.
It's not fast enough for that.
I guess I'll look up.
As you...
You're in front too. Just letting you know. You're leading up the stairs.
Okay.
I've chosen.
Toby just slipped in, and this moment that he saw that there was nothing, he let audience go by. You know, it gives a feeling of Ghostbusters. Come on, go, go. Come on, go.
I'll be in the back. It's fine.
So, all right. So the marching order is audience first, Tobiyashi last, and as usual, Remy and Jorg at the center. Who's in front of you? Who is in front of who between Remy and Jorg?
I
assume
mean,
Remy would be in front.
yeah, it's like, look, audience is at the front, so
Yeah,
I have to look at that.
So as you look up, you hear when you hear this. You look up, and all you can see is a huge shadow right above your head.
Oh.
And I'm gonna give you a dexterity saving throw because you saw it.
Oh.
So Remy,
This isn't gonna be good.
make a dexterity saving throw.
oh no, the rogue has to make a dexterity saving throw. Whatever will he do?
Oh, you could roll a natural one.
That is true. But that's definitely not a 1, though.
Okay.
That's going to be 16 total.
Okay. You realize just in time that this mass of black shadow is actually solid and falling. And you jump out of the way just in time to see it just fall to the ground and go in a large reform and start moving toward you. It's a large black liquid, slightly gelatinous mass inching its way toward you. It is a large mass of ooze.
Oh god, is Remy getting vibes from his dream?
Well, this one is a black ooze. No, I didn't make a mistake. I just don't want to give the name unless the player gives it. So
I'm getting strong, Dark Souls.
Can I do a history check to see if I've read anything about it?
that would be Arcana, and
Arcana?
yeah, well, oozes aren't natural creature, so it would be Arcana.
All right. Why not? Arcana check. Oh, I thought it was gonna be a nat 20, but it's a 7. I'm not that magical, you know.
It looks like a slick of oil that has taken interest with Remy. But seeing as we're 10 minutes above our mark, I guess this is going to be a fight you're going to be having next episode.
Okay.
Damn.
Can we light it on fire?
Did you really think that I was going to give you an orb that allows you to have a long rest and not give you at least one other challenge? Come on.
Well, I thought the challenge was gonna be the thing getting summoned, and then we get backhanded, you know.
It's not too late for that. I'm just saying, did you really think I was going to make it easy when I told you just before the stream start that it was going to be hard?
I don't know how many attacks it has though.
All right. Well, this is the end of the episode for tonight. So, I hope you all had a pleasant evening. I hope you had a good laugh. Hopefully not at the expense of one of us, but we'll take it if you were actually laughing at one of us. But like I said, I hope you enjoyed your evening. I hope you're going to be there next week for this fight against this black oozing slick of something that has taken a personal interest in Remy.
Yep. By the way, guys, I'm going to let you know right now, out of game, you do not want to be hitting this thing with melee attacks. It kind of bugs me.
What other attacks do I got?
Well, you actually might be okay, because you can actually hit it from 10 feet of reach.
I can.
That's as long as he doesn't use his bonus action to hit. He's gonna have to be
20,
right on him.
I can make it 20 if I extend my stuff, but
Okay.
yeah, we won't.
Also, I hope you guys enjoyed having your armors, because your armors are not going to exist in a second.
I don't have armor.
Hey, I don't think I've got armor either.
Oh no, you
And I
have leather
assume-
armor.
Oh
Wait, can
yeah,
you
I've
tell me
got
the
my leather
name?
armor
I want to
now.
look
Yeah.
it up.
And
You have armor and
I
a
assume
shield.
I assume my armor is special and probably cannot be permanently destroyed. Like,
I don't
luckily.
I don't know why. I get the feeling it gives a weird vibe when the players say I'm special.
I think that, so I don't know, but if you have regular metal armor or other armor,
Anything
it's
that's
gonna get
non-magical.
destroyed. Yeah.
Well, fortunately, all of your favorite weapons are magical, so at least there's that. So,
Would mine be magical or elemental? Okay, let's go. Let's end it.
we can keep talking a little bit after. Don't worry. So, like I said, thank you everyone for watching. We hope you had a pleasant evening. And as always, if you enjoyed the show, you can support us by following us on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. You can also support the show by the stream by making a donation, becoming Patreon, or subscribing here on Twitch. And of course, there's always the simple spreading the word, bringing your friends, telling, I don't know, your favorite YouTuber that this channel is nice. Anything you can do is always very much appreciated. I have never killed anyone. I did practice HEMA, so I did injure someone during my life, but that was unintentional. And as long as it's not a full moon, I promise I won't bite. But I can't promise for the players. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Hope we'll see you again next Wednesday. And if you missed it, well, there's a rebroadcast on Friday. So, have a good night. Stay safe. And as always, in these peculiar times we're living right now, stay healthy. Good night.
Jenny.